right, we got some good news. Kind of good news. It's good news, right? It's good news. It's good news.
I get to go home today.
We're getting discharged, and so we're excited about that. But obviously,
Curt doesn't know that I've already told you guys that, I thought I would be getting discharged today, and that we were probably going to take a day or two to kind of just come to grips with what's happening. And so, yeah, I think we'll show you me getting out of this hospital, and then we're going to see you in a day or two and give y'all an update on what's going on.
I want to see a brand new country, one I ain't never seen before. Head out west toward milk and honey, find a brother to share my love. I rely on the kindness of strangers, keep me from wanting in the wild.
so we got pretty lucky. Our apartment is right up there. You can see the balcony. It's on the first floor or second floor. I don't know how you describe that. It's not on the bottom floor, it's the one above that. And then right here's the van. Now I dropped the laundry off the other day, so I've got to go pick that up. I also need to go pick up Snow's meds, and then I've got to start moving some more stuff up to the apartment. I'll show you that when we get back. Just so you know, the kitties are already up there, so that's good for Snow. So I've kind of been walking around Buenos Aires now for, well, 3 or 4 days at least, a little bit, back and forth to the hospital and walking around the neighborhood to drop the laundry off and that type of stuff. And I'll tell you, this is a big town, 15 million people, but it is a really nice city. It feels safe. I'm sure, there's risks like in any big city, but there's a lot of restaurants, a lot of really nice shops. I'm going to pick up the laundry. It's going to be 1,000 pesos. If you guys remember the conversion rate, 300 to 1. So it's a little over $3.50. And we had a pretty big load. Now, if you remember back in Brazil, we kind of got skinned up for $75 for about the same amount of laundry. So we have some ground to make up there. But in any event, just kind of show you a little bit of the street here of our neighborhood. Nice coffee shop there as we walk down to pick up the laundry and pick up Snow's meds. This right here is like a small size grocery store just right around the corner, and they've got some produce out front. And there is, like every block, there's a couple fruit stores and fruit and veg. And the fruit and veg here looks top notch, the meat looks top notch, everything's super close for the point of getting supplies, super easy. I'm here at the pharmacy picking up the meds. The thing is, with the international insurance, they reimburse us potentially, we hope, but we have to pay the cash up front. So we'll see how expensive drugs are here in Argentina. Nice artichoke. Welcome to our apartment, guys. Look, Snow's so money. Look at all those $1,000 bills.
Gotta make it rain.
Our balcony's out there, guys.
Yeah.
And here's our kitchen. Everything's a mess. I just made dinner. We got our computer station, a little TV, a little sitting area, a makeshift seat But anyway, here's our little bathroom. It's little, but it's nice. It's all we need. But I gotta go get the last load out of the, make sure I got my keys. I gotta get the last load out of the van, and then I gotta try to find some long-term parking for this. And it looks like we're gonna be spending some time in Buenos Aires. Last night's the first night I left the van on the street without me in it. I always feel more secure in a city like this when I'm in the van. I kind of feel like I can watch it if somebody comes up and tries to open the door handle or something. I can turn the outside lights on or crank the car up or blow the horn or whatever. I always feel safer with the van when I'm in here, but obviously given the circumstances, I didn't want to leave Snow in the apartment by herself for the night. So, long story short, we have moved everything out of here, and I want to get this thing into storage and off the streets as soon as possible. Been very fortunate to find parking here in a city this major anyway. Yeah, I have about a little over an hour drive to the Parkadero, which is out by the airport, recommended by other iOverlanders and is on iOverlander secure parking. So I'll turn the dash cam on, but obviously since I'm driving by myself, I won't be able to film or vlog, but I do want to show you guys some of this cool town, and I will definitely catch up with you when we get there. If I'm being perfectly honest, this is a really nervous moment. This is a very secure parking place recommended by other overlanders, but I had to leave the keys. I hate leaving the keys. This is the first time ever. Please take good care of my baby. But the people here are really sweet. They're giving me a ride to the airport, which is where I'll pick up a taxi to go back to the city. Alright, so I got a ride to the airport very nicely, quick, easy. Hopped in a cab, one was right there, and we're headed back right now. You guys already know it's about an hour drive. See when we get back to the apartment. So I made it back. The van is gone.
We had to do it. I mean, we have to settle in here for a little while, but it's always tough to let the van go.
It was nice. Snow got to rest up a little bit, and G is yelling at me. His normal when I return. He probably wants some food, even though he probably has some. Look at that boy. What are you doing? What are you doing? So the van is safely stored. The apartment we're moved in. It's Friday night. I don't feel like cooking, so I'm gonna head out and see if I can find something semi-healthy. Obviously our diet needs to change. See what they have up here on the corner. Alright, I'm not even going to try to pronounce these words or you guys will make fun of me. But it's a little corner place and it's right down the road. It's like 1 block from the apartment, and they have all sorts of like little pre-made meals that you can just put in the oven or the microwave. They have different ones with chicken, beef, pork, vegetariano. They have all kinds of traditional stuff. And it's a bakery, so there are all sorts of amazing pastries and cake. And as I walked down there, I was talking to you guys about eating better, and well, then that happened. But I did pretty good, I think, so I didn't get too crazy. I got some chicken, and it had, I think, Papa's, like mashed potatoes and a sauce, and then I did get indulgent pork, which I will be eating, and I think it had some rice. And so in any event, that's what we got. Head back. We're gonna have some dinner at the apartment.
Curt has returned with yummy supper. For me, chicken, vegetables, and rice. Curt's got some fried pork with some sort of cheesy sauce and mashed potatoes. He's about to butter up his roll. No more butter for me. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Right, Curtie?
Yep, it is what it is.
G thinks he's getting some, and he's not. No, he's not.
When we crossed the border, I explained to you guys a little bit about the blue dollar. For those of you who missed it, I'll give you a little short lesson. In Argentina, they use the pesos. We use the US dollar. The typical transfer rate, if you go online or like credit cards, is approximately más o menos 150 so pesos per US dollar. That's today, and obviously it fluctuates all the time. But because the Argentina peso has devalued so much over time, it's difficult to trade them outside of the Argentina. So they're really not worth much outside of Argentina. Anyway, we can exchange them at the blue rate, US dollars that is, at the blue rate for around 300 is the rate right now, 100 pesos per US dollar. So double the rate, literally double the rate right now. And it's getting a little bit stronger, but again, it fluctuates on a daily basis. The problem is there's only a couple different ways to get that rate. One is through money exchanges, because the Argentinians really want the US dollar because it's holding its value, while the peso is actually declining in value. Anyway, that's in short what the blue rate or the blue dollar is. So one of the places we can do is we can transfer money to Western Union, go pick it up, voila, we get the blue rate, easy peasy. The problem is there's a lot of Western Unions throughout the city. Not all of them offer the service of being able to pick up money, do a transfer and pick up. And then a lot of times they run out of money or don't have enough. So sometimes you got to go wait in line for your transfer, and you know, all of a sudden you get up there and they got no more money. And then lastly, they have a limit on the amount you can pull out. And some it's fairly low, you know, maybe like 150 bucks or something like that US, 175 bucks. Some of them have a limit of 500 US. So it's not as easy peasy as you might think. So anyway, I gotta go get some cat food, some cat litter, story of my life, and I gotta go try to find a Western Union that's gonna reliably give me cash. All right, here's my first attempt today. See if this Western Union hooks me up. Bad news, they don't have any money. He sent me 2 blocks this way, 3 blocks that way. There's another one. We'll see. That just means there's another Western Union. That doesn't mean they have money. He said he can get me the smaller amount, which is $175 US in about an hour. We also have a $500 draw we're trying to get. That one always tends to be more of a challenge. 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 5 blocks. We'll see what we find. So this is kind of cool. My little detour takes me through the little park right here. So I get to check this little area out. They have a nice fountain. Not sure what kind of trees these are, but they're in bloom. It's nice to see flowers out on a morning walk. I would say it's probably about 60 or 65 here in Buenos Aires. And so it's still the morning. It gets nice and warm, maybe in the mid 70s during the day. I think I've told you guys a few times it's the spring here. But crisscross through the park, it's a nice little park. Alright, and just like that, just like the man said, 2 and 3, I see a Western Union sign. But this looks like it's in a grocery store. This might not even be the one he was speaking of. Let's go. Turns out they don't have money, but I don't think that was the one the guy was referencing. Look at this van. But I've got to go up here. There's another one on the Google Maps. But you see signs like that outside in a lot of different convenience stores or whatever. And they do some of the functions, but wire transfers where you get the cash is not one of them. So we'll keep moving. All right, up here, I can't see the store up there. I finally saw the sign, but I saw this line of people outside the store. That definitely means Western Union is giving out cash. We just got to see if we're far enough up in the line. We don't know what the limit is here, so we're about to figure this thing out. You can see there's an extremely long line. This is always an exciting moment to make it to the door. Now I get to go in. I'm gonna mark that on my favorites for Google Maps because that's more like a bank where they have all the services, easy peasy, but for the long line. There's also an app I need to investigate, which it looks like you can get an appointment and just walk to the front of the line. So one of the things about being in a new city or a new country is you always got to kind of learn how things work out. So
Vanna, what are you doing? Hey, buddy. I would say the kitties have adjusted to Airbnb life pretty good. I know Curt told y'all a little bit about our Airbnb, but we have rented it for, I don't know, 6 or 8 weeks while we figure out what's going on. And we've been here 4 or 5 days.
Yep.
We haven't done much vlogging, guys. To be honest, we've been just dealing with the unknowns of how the follow-up appointments are going to go, adjusting to all the new medicines I take. Curt had to go to a zillion different pharmacies to find them all, but we're good to go. We've got that figured out. But today, we have a follow-up appointment with the doctor. We went and did blood work yesterday, so he'll have some lab tests that he can look at, and he's gonna just check and see how I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Curdy?
I mean, look, guys, this is really kind of big news. So there's been a lot of processing going on. There's been a lot to this. It's not just logistics. There's a lot of things here, and so we kind of been working through a lot of stuff, and yeah, you know, just anxious to go to the doctor, hoping for good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reaching out and talking to family and friends quite a bit this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels odd not having the van.
Yeah.
So we miss that for sure.
We do.
And the kiddies definitely miss walks. So we're in the city, and so that's not going to be something they get. Fortunately, we have a little outside patio.
Yeah, we did find an Airbnb that had an enclosed balcony, so those guys can go outside. And the weather here is really nice, so that's good. We are rolling into, it's spring here in Buenos Aires. But yeah, we've done a lot of internet research on all the buzzwords the doctor was using, researched all the possible stuff he said he would have to do. So sorry we haven't been keeping you guys in the loop. We just needed some time. We did find Western Union's close by, so Curt can get us money. So that's good. But we're gonna head to the doctor, and we will take y'all with us. So let's go get some good news, guys. All right, time to go grab a cab, because we're big city living, and go to this doctor's appointment at the hospital. Let's go.
I am a foreigner in the badlands. Knock down the canvas of the sky. Got into trouble, just so happens.
So it's about a maybe 10 to 12 minute cab ride from our Airbnb to the hospital. Our Airbnb is in the Palermo neighborhood. Palermo is the largest neighborhood within Buenos Aires, and it's made up of a lot of mini neighborhoods. And we're in Palermo, Soho. But there's definitely a lot of character to Buenos Aires. And now, it's time to go in this hospital.
Moments before we meet with the doctor.
Yeah.
Boys nervous time.
Alright, we just got done with Dr. Annabelle, who is the head of cardio here. He's always super friendly. His English is good. He's been the one kind of overseeing my case with a lot of little doctors that help him. Some of them popped in to say hi. And everything looked as good as it could. He was pleased that I've been able to walk around a few blocks. The blood work we did yesterday, there was nothing alarming. So we keep doing what we're doing right now. So, you got anything to add?
No.
We're gonna get some lunch, guys. This is good news. It takes a little stress off. This was a scary first appointment, but we're headed back to the Airbnb after we get some lunch, and we're gonna leave you guys right here at the hospital.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. See you in a few days. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!